Have you ever felt stuck? Like you're just living the same day over and over again on a loop? Well, what if I told you that you could consciously, intentionally create a completely new reality for yourself? That's exactly what we're diving into today. The powerful strategies from Dr. Joe Dispenza's work that show you exactly how to do it. Let's get into it.
And our inspiration for this whole breakdown comes from Sabah Ali. Her story is just incredible. She used these exact principles to go from feeling completely stuck to manifesting the love of her life and even building a six-figure business. Her real-world experience is going to be the blueprint that we follow today.
All right, so here's how we're going to break this down. It's a three-step process. First, we've got to understand how your current reality is even created in the first place. Then, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of rewiring your subconscious mind to finally break those old patterns. And last, the really exciting part, the exact steps you can take to start manifesting the future you actually want.
All right, let's kick things off with part one. Because, if you want to consciously create a new reality, you first have to get crystal clear on what's holding your current one in place.
Just think about your typical morning. You wake up, you see the same bedroom, you grab the same phone, you talk to the same people, and every single one of those things triggers a familiar feeling inside you. Maybe it's a little bit of stress about work or that familiar worry about bills. Dr. Dispenza's whole point is that your environment is constantly reminding your body of the past, and that locks you into this endless feedback loop.
Now here's where it gets really important. We don't just have problems, we start to identify with them. It stops being, I have a money problem, and it becomes, I am a person who doesn't have enough money, or I am shy. The second you let that problem become your identity, you're basically telling your mind and body to keep creating that same reality over and over again.
So here is the big mind shift from this first section. So often we try to change our lives by changing things out there. A new job, a new city, but Dispenza says that is the hard way to do it. The real secret, the real game changer, is to change your inner world first, to change your personality. You change who you are on the inside, and your external world has absolutely no choice but to follow.
Okay, so if changing your personality is the secret, why in the world is it so dang hard? Well, that brings us to section 2. This is all about that internal tug of war, that resistance you feel anytime you try to step into something new.
This is a huge concept from Dispenza, so lean in for this one. Your body is your subconscious mind, literally. Think about it. After years and years of feeling a certain way, stressed, anxious, whatever it is, your body has memorized that emotional state. It's become your default. So the moment you try to feel abundant or confident, your body's survival program kicks in and it sees that new, unfamiliar feeling as a threat. So that feeling you get, right, that pit in your stomach when you try something new, maybe it's starting a new business or even just deciding you're going to be more confident. Why is it so scary? What is that all about? Well, it's not a sign you're doing something wrong. It's actually proof that you're activating the body's old programming.
And this right here is exactly what's happening under the hood. The second you step out of your comfort zone, the body just freaks out. Your heart starts racing, you feel anxious, you get that powerful urge to just go back to what you know. This is not you failing. This is your body's subconscious defense system trying to pull you back to the familiar, safe feelings of the past. The real goal is to notice it happening and choose not to let it run the show. And believe it or not, it gets even deeper than that. Your body can actually become chemically addicted to its old familiar emotions. Just think about a really bad breakup. Your mind keeps replaying the memories, right? And every time it does, your body gets another little hit of those familiar chemicals: sadness, grief, anger. Even though it feels awful, your body starts to crave that state simply because it's what it knows.
And this quote just nails it. Most of the time, we're not even seeing reality as it is, we're seeing it through the filter of a past memory and its emotion. So the real job, the real work, is to retrain your body to feel safe in a new energy, to teach it that joy or abundance or confidence is its new home.
Okay, so we get it. We need to retrain the body. But how? How do we actually do that? Well, that brings us to the really fun part, our final section. The practical, step-by-step guide to manifesting what you truly desire.
So the process, when you boil it down, is really 3 key steps, and it works from the inside out. First, you shift your personality. You stop chasing what you want and you start becoming the person who would naturally have it. Second, you start to vibrate differently. That just means your thoughts and your feelings need to be a match for what you want to attract. And third, and this is the most critical part,
You have to feel the emotion of your wish fulfilled now, long before you see any evidence of it in your life.
You might be thinking, how is that even possible? Well, think about it like this. Imagine you booked a vacation for next month. It's paid for. The tickets are in your inbox. You don't question if you're going, do you? No, you just know. You start getting excited. You feel the joy of the trip already. That is the feeling state you want to live in for your goals. You treat it like a memory of a future that's already happened. The how and the when, that's not your job. Your only job is to live in that feeling.
Now this next quote is a total paradigm shift. We're all taught to believe that the physical world, matter, is what's real, but in the quantum model, it's the invisible field of energy and potential that actually creates everything. Your focused thoughts and elevated emotions are like the pen drawing the blueprint on that field, which then solidifies into your physical reality.
Okay, let's break this down even simpler. Think of the old way, the Newtonian world. That's all about cause and effect. You push, you work, you grind to get a result. But in the quantum world, whoa, it's completely flipped on its head. You create the effect first. You generate the feeling of what you want, and that energy, that vibration, attracts the cause to you. You're creating from energy, not just from physical effort.
So what's the tool for this? How do you actually do it? It really comes down to meditation. And look, this isn't about trying to force your mind to go blank. It's about slowing down your brainwaves so you can get past your analytical, thinking mind and access the operating system of your subconscious. That's the place where you can install new beliefs and new emotional programs to create a totally new future.
And this is the magic moment, the tipping point. Through practice, the vision and the feeling of your future becomes more real and more vivid to you than the physical reality you see with your eyes. When your internal world is no longer dependent on your external environment, that's when the universe has no choice but to start rearranging itself to match what's going on inside of you.
So really, it all boils down to this one powerful idea. If your feelings today are literally creating your reality tomorrow, then this isn't just some interesting idea. It's a huge responsibility. The question is no longer, what do you want to get, but who do you want to be? So what one feeling, just one, are you going to choose to live in today?